Love Hoddesdon has done a lot, but a lot of it is behind the scenes. I guess a lot of people will know all about the events and the Christmas fair and all that sort of thing, but we do an awful lot we've got a committee that does training, and we've trained people on social media and health and safety and that sort of thing. We have a heritage committee, so we're looking at the whole history. We will shortly be having a unveiling of a plaque which says when we had the Charter Fair for 1253, so that's 800 years of history that we need to bring out and make people aware of. And there's all sorts of things that people about the town which I didn't know about. So when you find these little snippets of information, it just adds colour and background to the town.
So it is a business improvement district?
It's a business improvement district.
What does that mean?
Well, the whole idea of BIDs is to improve the business within a certain area. The approach we took was that we can't tell people how to run their businesses. We've always, and Hoddesdon is somewhat uniquely positioned in this because of its layout and the geography of the town and so forth, is to make the centre of Hoddesdon the hub of the community. If we can bring people into the town, then it's up to the businesses to get them into the shops and to cash in on the footfall that we can bring into the town.
And you've been doing that now for about 5 years?
Well, Love Hoddesdon BID has been going 5 years. We were doing it before in various guises. Love Hoddesdon existed. So we've been doing it for about, one way or another, for about 10 or 15 years.
So what's the significance of it being a BID if you were already doing it?
Because previously we didn't have any money, so we spent half of our time, or more than half of our time, trying to raise money from sponsorship and so forth. With the BID, the business ratepayers pay 1.5% on top of their normal rate, so it's a commitment, especially nowadays, and that money gives us about £100,000 a year, which in BID terms is quite small. Somewhere like Watford has about £500,000, so we're one of the smaller ones. But with that, we can afford to employ a town centre manager or a BID manager to make all these things happen. And everyone else is voluntary.
So the businesses pay some sort of some of their business rates.
It's 1.5% on top of the business rate value. Right. Yes.
But that will not necessarily carry on.
We have to be re-elected. We have to stand for election every 5 years. We have to get a certain percentage that vote for us, and of the ones that vote, they have to represent at least 51% of the rateable value. So the big companies, like the big supermarkets, if they voted no, we would be in trouble. So we got two strategies really, one for the high street names, the brands, the big supermarkets, and one for the independent businesses. And then we need to make sure we've got the right, as many as people as possible that are voting yes and are committed to seeing Love Hoddesdon successful.
So one of the reasons for making the little promotional film that we've seen is to support the BID. So how important is it to support the BID?
I think it's very important. My wife and I have had a business in the town for 30 odd years, and I first got involved when I've got a photo somewhere which was taken on a Tuesday afternoon, and there is nobody in the town, nobody at all. And the first thing we did was to get the high street opened up, more parking and so forth. And the difference between what Hoddesdon was 10, 15 years ago and now is vastly different. Hoddesdon is now a thriving, pleasant place to be. And whenever people come into town, I get people come and visit us in the business, and they always comment about what a nice town this is. And that hasn't happened by chance. Bits of good luck. Morrison's coming into the town, people like Nonna's Kitchen coming into the town. But because of what we've been doing, other people have seen, well, actually, that's quite a nice town to invest in. So businesses have come into the town because of what's been going on in Hoddesdon. And we got a very low vacancy rate compared to the country. Last time I checked, it was about 3%, which is low compared to most towns similar to us.
So a little strapline I've been working on in the promo film is business in the community. What do you think about that?
I think the future of towns like Hoddesdon is about servicing the community, being the centre, the hub of the community. there's a lot of pressure on people nowadays. Costs of travel, cost of living. There is a tendency for people to shop more local and to stay more local. Now, okay, we can't provide all of the retail mix that people want, but if you've got nothing particularly to do on a Saturday, whereas before maybe you got in the car and drove to a lakeside or somewhere like that, now I think people are more inclined to say, well, we'll pop into Hoddesdon because there's always something going on. Coffee shops are nice. What retail there is quite nice. It's a pleasant place to be. The flowers are out and there's often entertainment of some sort. So why not go and spend a couple of hours in Hoddesdon?
So Love Hoddesdon is creating community.
Love Hoddesdon definitely creates community. It is at the centre of what we do to encourage people. And there's all sorts of things we're doing with local schools, and we want to get the younger generation involved. And so it's at the centre of what we do, is to enhance the community. If we enhance the community, then they will stay in the town more, and if people stay in the town, they will spend more money in the town, and that benefits the businesses.
So if this were an election film and you had a moment to make a statement about the BID election, what would that statement be?
Don't waste the opportunity. We've done a lot of good work. We have plans of what we want to do in the future, and it's one of those things where it's an awful lot goes on behind the scenes, and if it doesn't get re-elected, an awful lot will stop. And local authorities, because of the pressures they're under, because they're restrained on income, they won't be able to do a lot of the nice things that we want. They're going to have to focus on the essentials. It's people like Love Hoddesdon can add to the essentials and provide the nice things in life.
So I don't know what the question will be to vote for. Will it be vote yes? Was that then?
I think you have to vote yes. If you have an interest in Hoddesdon, if you like Hoddesdon, and if you have a business in Hoddesdon, then you should definitely vote yes.